There was a time when Fortnite wasn't just a game. It was the place we all went after school. A place where moments felt perfect and everything seemed possible. Tilted Towers was the center of the universe, and we thought it would stay like that forever until the day Fortnite changed. But to truly understand how everything shifted, we have to go back to the beginning, to the moment Fortnite exploded into the world. In 2017, Fortnite Battle Royale dropped into the scene. Free to play, fast paced, and unlike anything we've ever seen. It was colourful, chaotic, addictive, and completely changed what a Battle Royale game could be. Building walls in the middle of a fight, launching yourself across the map with an impulse grenade, dancing after a kill just to flex on your enemies. Fortnite wasn't following any rules, it was rewriting them. What started as a small experiment quickly exploded into the global phenomenon. Everyone, and I mean everyone, was playing.
Everyone was playing Fortnite.
Kids were talking about it in the lunchroom. Streamers were pulling in millions of views every night.
I have no intention of stopping anytime soon.
Celebrities were dropping into matches live on Twitch. It wasn't just a game anymore. It was a cultural moment. People were recreating Fortnite emotes in real life and celebrating after their very first victory out like it was the greatest achievement on Earth. And somehow each week felt bigger than the last. New weapons, new places on the map, hidden secrets that kept everyone guessing. Fortnite wasn't just a hit, it was a movement. It was where friendships were made, where rivalries began, and where every single match felt like it could become a story you would tell your friends the next day. Then came what many still called the Golden Era. Chapter 1, Season 3 to 6. The game was at its peak, with crazy updates, iconic moments. The map was evolving, new places just kept on popping up. Dusty Depot got destroyed by a meteor, Risky Reels hosted secret movie screenings, and Loot Lake, while it was never the same after Kevin the Cute showed up. But beyond all the wild changes, there was something beautiful, simple about Fortnite back then. You would drop in with your friends, pick a spot on the map, and just figure it out. There weren't 200 different mechanics, no sprinting, no swimming, no cluttered loophole, just the storm closing in, your building skills, and that trusty pump shotgun. The beauty of Fortnite Golden Era wasn't just about the game itself, it was the feeling it created. Every night felt like an event. Whether you won or lost, there was laughter echoing through the party chat. People were still discovering tricks and sharing secrets, how to rocket ride, how to build faster, where the best chest spawns were hidden. Even the graphics, bright and cartoony, made the island feel welcoming. You could be a sweaty builder or someone who can barely swing a pickaxe, and there was still room for you. Fortnite was new enough that everyone was learning together. No one was truly left behind. And every week, Epic Games dropped something fresh. New guns, a new LTM, a map change nobody saw coming. It felt like logging into a living world that was constantly evolving, but somehow it still felt ours. It was the game that you played after school, the game you stayed up way too late for on school nights, and the game that made even losing feel fun. And even now, years later, there's a part of all of us that misses the simplicity of those days. Because back then, Fortnite wasn't just a game. It was where memories were made, where friendships were formed, and where every match felt like the most important thing in the world. But like all those things, Fortnite began to change. At first, it was hard to notice. A new gun here and there, a small tweak there. The game was still on the top of the world, but cracks were beginning to show. For the first time, players didn't feel the excitement. They felt unheard, frustrated, and left behind. Epic Games started making choices that felt discontinued from the community. The Infinity Blade was dropped into the game, a weapon so overpowered it turned whoever picked it up into a near unstoppable force. Entire tournaments were ruined because one player found the sword first, and just like that, something fell off. Then came the mechs, machines that can stomp entire squads out of existence, spam rockets endlessly, and crush all hope of a fair fight. The community begged for them to be void, but for 2 weeks, nothing changed. It felt like Epic wasn't listening, and in that silence, the trust began to fade. At the same time, Fortnite was getting faster, sweats were taking over every lobby, the skill gap exploded. Players who wanted to log on and have fun found themselves getting boxed in and eliminated in seconds. SMG spams became the new meta, pump shotguns were nerfed, long gone were the days of slow, tense fighting and clutch moments. For many, the magic was slipping away. Then, Epic made one of the boldest and most controversial moves yet. They destroyed Tilted Towers. The place that had been the heartbeat of Fortnite since day one was gone in a single moment, and while new PIs rose from the ashes, for some it felt like a piece of Fortnite's soul had been erased. But the biggest shock of all was when the OG map was swallowed away. The island that held all our memories, the rocket launches, the cube, the countless battles, laughs, vanished into a swirling black hole, and what became wasn't the same. A new map, new mechanics, a new look, but something felt missing. The chaos was gone, but so was the spark, and slowly creators who had helped make Fortnite legendary started drifting away. Ninja, Tfue, C-Day, Courage, and so many others. They were left searching for new games, new challenges, or simply because Fortnite was no longer felt like home. It felt like Fortnite had finally run out of batteries. The game we once loved, where every match felt like a new adventure, had started to fade. And though it wasn't truly dead, for many of us, the Fortnite we fell in love with was gone. But Fortnite wasn't finished yet. Just when it felt like the magic had faded, it came roaring back. Epic refused to let Fortnite slip into gaming history. Instead, they tore it all down and built it all over again. Chapter 2 arrived with a brand new map, rivers you can swim in, boats rippling across the water, a fresh look and feel. For a moment, it felt like the old spark might be coming back. Then, Chapter 3 flipped the entire island upside down, literally. Spider-Man web swimming through the sky, new weapons, new bios, new possibilities. And for those exhausted by sweaty builds, Fortnite introduced one of its biggest changes ever: zero build. For the first time in years, casual players could pick up a gun and run around and just have fun without instantly being boxed and edited into oblivion. And then came Creative 2.0. Suddenly, Fortnite wasn't just a battle royale, it became a canvas, a place where players could craft their own games and even entire worlds. From horror maps to racing games to mini battle royales, anything was possible, but nothing hit quite like the moment Epic drops the biggest surprise of all: the return of the OG map. For one glorious month, millions of players came flooding back into Fortnite. Tilted Tiles, Retail Row, the original loophole, it felt like stepping into a time machine for a brief moment. It felt like the old Fortnite was truly back. People were logging in who hadn't even touched the game in years. It was the fastest Fortnite had ever hit 100 million active players. For those weeks, it was as if the golden era had to return. But even in the middle of those comebacks, Fortnite was evolving into something else. Collabs were becoming bigger and constant. One day it was Marvel, the next Dragon Ball, then Star Wars, then music stars and influencers and brands we never imagined inside a battle royale. It was impressive, insane even. Where else could you see Spider-Man fighting Darth Vader while Goku blasted Kamehameha across the island? Fortnite was becoming the ultimate pop culture crossover and a digital universe where everything and everyone could exist. But while the collabs kept Fortnite fresh, they also changed what the game felt like. The Fortnite we fell in love with was goofy, original, a little janky, but ours. The island used to feel like its own weird world. Now, sometimes it feels like an advertisement, a place where characters and brands just show up and stay for a season then vanish. Fortnite kept on evolving and evolving and evolving, and while that kept it alive, it also meant the Fortnite we once knew, the one that felt simple and surprising and uniquely itself, was slipping away further. Because sometimes the price of constant change is losing the thing that made it special in the first place. Then came the day that no Fortnite player will ever forget. October 13th, 2019, the end. The rocket launched, tearing through the sky. Rifts opened, reality wrapped, and the map, our home for countless battles and memories, vanished into a black hole. For hours and days, the servers were silent. The screens stained black, and the world wondered. Was Fortnite over? The silence was deafening, the uncertainty was crushing. We had been a part of something bigger than a game, a universe that connected millions, and suddenly it disappeared like a dream fading with the dawn. When Fortnite returned, it was reborn. New maps, new mechanics, new beginning, but the island we love, the chaos, the charm, the magic, it was all gone, and with it, a part of us. For many, the golden era ended that day. The game that had once felt endless, spontaneous and pure was now a different beast. The Fortnite we grew up with, the one that brought us together, had changed forever. But Fortnite is a game that never stops evolving. Through every storm, every update, and every new season, it continues to grow and adapt and surprise. Even when it feels like the game is fading or in a poor state, history shows us Fortnite has a way of coming back. Maybe 10 years from now it will be a different game, maybe the island will change beyond recognition once more, but Fortnite's story isn't finished. So you're probably wondering, when exactly was the day Fortnite changed forever? I mean, Fortnite changes every day. New item shops, new skins, new weapons. For some, seeing their favorite skin disappear or their favorite location wiped from the map is scary. But sometimes, change is what the game needs. It might not feel the same when you log back in, the island might look different, and the mechanics might be new. But here's the real question, not for me, but for you. When did Fortnite really change forever for you?